talk about the biggest hurdle to getting the Tank Davis and Devin Haney fight. It's very apparent what weight class they fight at. It's going to be the hardest thing to get this fight done. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video, turn on your notifications. Catch me live Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday night at 7:30. I'm also live Sunday mornings with the Singing OG KQKC Boxing Network. Sunday mornings, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Now, join the channel as a member to get access to our exclusive content early. Get the pics of the fights before everybody else. And drop super chats and super thanks when you come by the live streams and the videos that we do to help the channel grow and help push the sport of boxing forward. Now, if you want to debate, knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com is the email address. So, I wanted to talk about something that, to me, is the biggest hurdle in the Tank Davis and Devin Haney fight. And that is what weight class they fight at. Because you got some Tank Davis fans, oh, you got to fight at 135. That's Tank weight class. You got some Devin Haney fans, oh, you got to meet him at 140. That's what Devin Haney wants. I think people in those positions are just arguing to be right and not arguing for the fight. Here's the truth. What Tank Davis fanboys, what Devin Haney fanboys won't tell you. Tank Davis, by putting rehydration clauses on bigger fighters, by trying to fight bigger fighters at a catch weight, he's looking for an advantage. It's 100% facts. He is looking for an advantage. He doesn't want guys to be 25, 30 pounds heavier than him come the night of the fight. It's 100% fact. He's looking for an advantage. But the other side of that is this, right? As a fight fan, you are naive. You are completely full of cap if you don't admit to yourself that guys like Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, who naturally are just bigger guys, they are looking in it for an advantage as well. Yeah, they are looking for an advantage as well to fight Tank at a higher weight class, to be able to not have any restrictions put on them when they come the night of the fight, so they can outweigh him by 20 to 25 pounds, to absorb his punches better, to be able to be stronger in the clinch. They're looking for an advantage too. Let's just all keep it real and quit acting like anybody, whether it's Tank Davis, Devin Haney. Let's stop acting like these guys is trying to fight on an even playing field. They all looking for advantages. Manny Pacquiao did it. Floyd Mayweather did it. Canelo Alvarez does it. So this notion that Tank Davis fanboys have, oh, he got to fight him at 135. That fight been killed at 135 the moment that Devin decided to fight Regis. We all saw him on the scale, bro. We all saw him on the scale. Straight up, we saw him on the scale, bro, against Lomachenko. We saw him on the scale against Camboso. Shit, he struggled to make weight against Regis at 140. That's how big that young man is, bro. He a welterweight. They're shrinking himself down to 140, shrinking himself down to 135, so he can have a size advantage over these guys that are just naturally smaller than him. And, I don't care about dudes looking for advantages. I think rehydration clauses and catch weights are weak. I really do. I feel like if you make weight, you make weight. And then go ahead. But I'm also not naive enough to not see that bigger guys try to make smaller weights to have a size advantage, bro. It just is what it is. That's the name of the game. That's what they're doing. But we can't speak on the advantages that a smaller guy in Tank Davis is looking for without also speaking on the advantages that a bigger guy in Devin the Dream Haney that he's looking for. So how do we get the fight? To me, the solution is very simple. To me, the solution is very, very simple. Oh, and let me speak on Tank Davis at 140. So the Devin Haney side, another thing that I hear very often is, well, Tank Davis has fought at 140 pounds before when he fought Mario Barrios. That's 100% true. And he said, I don't feel comfortable at this weight. I don't feel comfortable at this weight. I need to go back down to 135. I didn't feel like myself. I didn't feel like the best version of myself. So I'm dropping my belt that I just took from Mario Barrios by knocking his ass out, and I'm going back down to 135. And I just find it very funny, very hypocritical that Devin Haney too. Man, I can't fight at 135 no more. I don't feel like myself. I feel drained. That ain't the weight class for me no more. And everybody's cool with it. I knew he was never coming back to 135. No problem. Because that ain't where he can be his best self. But Tank Davis made that decision about 140 years before Devin Haney moved up. So he been said that. It ain't that he don't want to go to 140 for Devin. It's that he don't want to go to 140 because he don't feel right at that weight. That's after knocking out Mario Barrios. Manny Pacquiao did the same thing. I believe it was Miguel Cotto or somebody. He fought at a catch weight, 152 pounds. Put pause on him. But never went back up to that weight again because he said, that's just too big for me. That's just too big for me. And that's why I believe Tank Davis not being himself and not feeling comfortable at 140 pounds, and obviously Devin Haney not feeling comfortable, never fighting at 135 pounds again, that's going to be the biggest hurdle to get in this fight. So let's talk some real shit. People would say that, oh man, Tank should just fight him at 140. He should just fight him at 140 because that's what Devin wants. So let's be real. Tank Davis is the biggest notoriety fight that Devin Haney can have. It's the biggest legacy fight that Devin Haney can have. It's the biggest stage that Devin Haney will ever fight on in his career when they fight. It is absolutely positively the biggest money fight of his career. 100%. So in order to get this fight, Tank Davis should give all of that to Devin Haney on top of fighting him at the weight class that he wants to fight at. We're not going to get the fight that way. Tank Davis is going to have to give something. Devin Haney is going to have to give something. And to me, in order to get the fight, it's going to be either a rehydration clause or a catch weight to get this fight done, to get this fight made. I'm explaining to you what I mean. Both of them weak as fuck. You put a catch weight and a rehydration clause on somebody, weak as fuck. But I feel like Devin Haney should be given the choice. I think they both should have to compromise to make this fight. I don't think Devin Haney should have to go all the way down to 135. And I also don't believe that Tank Davis should have to fight and make Devin Haney completely comfortable and make himself completely uncomfortable. I think they both need some uncomfortability to make this fight on an even playing field. So I feel like in order to get this fight, me, myself personally, they should either fight at 140 with a 15-pound rehydration clause, or meet in the middle where they both want to fight at. Obviously, one wants 135, one wants 140. Meet in the middle. Weigh in at 137.5. No rehydration clause. So either the catch weight of 137.5 or fight at 140 with a rehydration clause of 15 pounds. I think that's the common ground, bro. Because if you arguing for your guy to get everything that he wants, I would say you don't really want this fight. I feel like they both should have to compromise, bro. Because that's the biggest issue. Ain't nobody trying to go in the biggest fight of their career and the other person got all the advantages, bro. Because the same is true for Tank Davis. Devin Haney is his biggest fight. I think it's the biggest fight that he'll be in. I think it'll give him, it's the biggest legacy fight for him. I think that it's the creme de la creme for him. I think they need each other in terms of the biggest fight. Now, Tank will still be a bigger name. And you can argue that Tank versus Teofimo might be bigger than Tank versus Devin. I don't really know. But Devin versus Teofimo ain't near as big as Tank and Teofimo. Tank is the one that kind of moved the needle. We all know that. The numbers speak for themselves. But for what we want as fight fans, I want them both to have to compromise something, bro. I feel like that's the only way, realistically, that this fight gets done. And if you're only pushing for Tank to get the fight at 135, then I don't know whether or not you really want the fight. If you're only pushing for Devin to get the fight at 140, then I don't know how bad you really want the fight, because Devin's side has made it clear that he's extremely uncomfortable at 135 pounds. Tank himself has made it clear that he's very uncomfortable at 140 pounds. Both sides have made it clear. So if both sides want to fight, then they're going to have to make some compromises. Both of them should have to give something up. Straight up. Otherwise, the fight not going to get done, y'all. I'm just telling you some real shit. You can agree with it, disagree with it, but it's the truth. It's the truth. Because the weight that you go into a fight matters a lot. Specifically, if you're both of these fighters in the way that they fight. And what I mean by that is, if you Tank Davis and you already got to deal with the length of Devin Haney, you already got to deal with the skills of Devin Haney. Him being 25 pounds heavier than you and able to clinch you to keep you from getting anything off. Once he jab you, he clinch you. You going in at an extreme disadvantage. If you Devin Haney, you already got to deal with the skills of Tank Davis, the explosiveness of Tank Davis, the power of Tank Davis. And so if you go in as a drained, lesser version of yourself, you at a huge disadvantage. So the right answer is somewhere in the middle. And that right answer is simple. Catch weight with no rehydration clause, or 140 with the rehydration clause. That's the only way that this fight gets done, in my opinion. I feel like Tank and his team should give Devin an option. Hey, look, man, you can't have everything you want, bro. You gonna give us something. So this is what we got. Either way, since we're weighing in at 140 or under, your WBC title can be on the line to make the fight bigger. Everybody knows world championship fights will be bigger when they can put it on the marquee and all that shit. So, fight me at 140, but you're going to have a 15-pound rehydration clause. Or, if you're willing to make 137.5, then there's no rehydration clause. To me, I'd be okay with that. I'd be 100% on board and okay with that. Y'all let me know what y'all think, because everybody want to talk about money and all that shit. With Amazon Prime now being in the fold, the numbers that Devin just did at the Chase Center, hopefully the pay-per-view does well too. I don't think money is going to be the sticking point of getting this fight made. I think it's going to be the weight class. I think it's going to be the weight class and hydration clauses and catch weight. So I feel like one or the other is the answer, man. One or the other is the answer. If you really want this fight. If you don't, then, I mean, you'll try to combat it either from Tank's side or from Devin's side. I see it coming, but I don't argue to be right, bro. I argue for fights to get made. I stand on that, bro. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Comment below, smash the like, sub to the channel. I'll see y'all soon. Peace out.